Hello and welcome to round 6 of the F1 2018 Equal Cars career mode, where Dylan does all the driving and I do all the shouting over the microphone as I spectate the 19 drivers battle it out to be the best AI driver on the F1 2018 grid. So yeah, as for usual, I'm going to retire as soon as the lap begins, so I can see all the action going down to this first long straight between, of course, all the best drivers on the grid. But you can see Vettel once again ahead of Bottas. Ricciardo now P2 as Bottas is actually slowly getting filtered down. But for once, Bottas is inside the top 10 in qualifying. Yes, I know it's been so long. And finally, Bottas and Raikkonen doing good qualifying. And the Red Bulls are up there. Verstappen, for once, actually doing quite well. As Alonso and Vettel at the front once again. But actually, Hamilton struggling a bit more. And Leclerc finally back to his old ways inside the top 8. And yeah, the top 8 drivers on the grid currently are the top 8 in qualifying. Of course, the usual 6, and then Leclerc and Alonso. So that's what you'd expect. So Alonso doing really well right now, and he's been climbing through the ranks after a really bad start to the season. We got really unlucky in China, and he retired from the lead of the race in Azerbaijan, so he could easily be in the front. Of course, in his last season, he does want to get another title under his belt. As we scroll down through the order again, it's actually Vettel and Alonso out front, as Vettel all across the line in P1 by the looks of it. Alonso P2, and here we go through the grid once again. Shady Onyx, actually I think only 2/10 off the field, so he is getting closer. But you can see once again, unfortunately, actually 18th. So I think that's the first time you're not 19th. Sorry. So yeah, so you look through the order, Alonso and Ricciardo end up tying for position. So I don't know what happened, but Vettel somehow managed to lose it on the final straight, and the top 3 are separated by 0.004 of a second. And yeah, talk about Dylan and I's photo finish in the career mode from a season back. These guys are exactly equal, not even plus 0.000. They are within the milliseconds. So yeah, brilliant, plus or equal sign. And Ricciardo, I don't know how they actually choose between the two, because normally it's whoever sets it first, but as they said it in one shot, I don't know how they chose Ricciardo over Alonso, but Ricciardo will get that pole once again, but of course he wasn't able to do anything with it last time. The top 5, as you would expect, Verstappen rounding them off, and yeah, the top 5 within a 10th pretty much, so brilliant stuff there. A bit of day late between Verstappen and Bottas, of course Leclerc in P7, and Hamilton rounding up the top 8, but of course he didn't have a good start, and he did well to sort of keep it in the top 8. Again, there's actually a bit of daylight between him and P9, showing the top 8 are in a class of their own. Once again, Perez doing quite well, and actually, Magnussen has a chance to point. I don't want to jinx him because the pit lane has screwed up so many drivers, but he hasn't got any points so far. This could be his chance. As you look down through the order again, you got Van Dorn, Hartley, and Ericsson. No surprise there. And surprisingly, Nico Hulkenberg, who's joint 3rd in the championship right now, running in P15, and Carlos Sainz again. So the both Renaults, who are 2nd in the constructors, somehow right at the back. And yeah, Grosjean rounds off the field, 2/10 slower than anyone else. So everyone was within 8/10, apart from the Baguette himself. And yeah, I mean, unfortunately for Shady Onyx, if he was just half a 10th of a second quicker, he would have been all the way up in 15th place.
I messed up as well, that's the thing. I broke a bit late. Going into the S's, that was probably where I lost another 10th or something.
Well, this
that would have vaulted me 3 places.
Yep. Well, this is one of your favourite tracks, so I think you definitely do have a chance of points.
I'm just not going to go for an attacking move into first corner. I'm just going to let everyone go with the yellow flags, because I just lose my front wing, and then yeah, just ruins everything.
Cool. I'll try to retire as soon as possible once again, as to limit the flag. So as we wait for the lights once again, oops, I don't want to change my driving view. Yeah, just waiting for the lights to go out. 5 lights and away we go, and we're going to retire from the session as Shady Onyx wisely actually waits for the yellow flags to end. It's actually going to give him a really good run onto the back straight, but you see Ricciardo actually fending off Alonso.
And I've done it anyway!
What, you managed to break your wing again?
For God's sakes, they were stopped!
Oh my god, and once again, but you see Alonso once again is going to try to attack Ricciardo off the line. So Ricciardo not holding his lead for too long, but Alonso's not going to find any room around the outside as once again Ricciardo defends, but Alonso's going to try to get him back. Of course, these two were right at the front in the Spanish Grand Prix. Alonso actually getting the better of Ricciardo. Ricciardo's been always up there, but never really actually in the podium, I don't think, even after getting pole last time. But yeah, the Honey Badger right now defending his position. As I can't actually see many movers and shakers as we have a look at the position change. You can see actually the top 8 remaining exactly the same as yeah, the only moves really Magnusson falling outside the points. Of course, he really needs some points, so that's a shame. And Shady Onyx up into P16. Unfortunately, he has got some damage though by the looks of things. And Hulkenberg down to the back after starting 15th, so not a good race for him considering he is one of the title hopefuls, only a few points off the front. But you can see Ricciardo will lead this first lap as yeah, there's still everyone's nose to tail. So Ricciardo, unlike Vettel and Hamilton, are unable to pull away on lap 1. And I mean, it doesn't really matter because the pit stop sort of neutralizes everything. But it doesn't mean he could come under attack in this first stint. Of course, it is quite good to build a margin, as Hamilton showed in China. You can actually win the race from the front as long as you're not screwed in the pits.
My pit. What the hell? The runners are double stacking and they're just blocking me. Look at me. Spec me. What the hell?
What?
Did you see that?
Yeah. So the runners
double stacked and they just blocked my pit box. Like, is that allowed?
That's not allowed by the thing. I don't think. So Shady Onyx once again.
We restart.
Oh.
I'm actually gonna cry.
So yeah, this is not going well once again. And yeah, unfortunate really. But as we look to the front, once again it is your usual top 8. Bottas as well actually did quite well this time, as Hamilton right behind Leclerc. These two were battling it out towards the front the beginning of the season, but since then others have actually taken their place up front. But will Hamilton be able to get Leclerc on this mini straight? I don't think so. So I think Bottas is actually looking at the back of Verstappen. Verstappen is defending, but again, Verstappen is going to come under attack because he's already a second and a half behind Raikkonen. So Verstappen, I don't know what he's been doing. He's been caught napping, and as a result, he's going to get caught by Bottas. As you see Bottas now right at the back of Leclerc. As he's going to try to go around the outside of Leclerc, but no room there. So I mean Hamilton doesn't find room, but he's going to try to get Leclerc now on the start-finish straight. Leclerc going defensive. Here comes Hamilton round the outside. He's not going to care. As you can see behind them is Sergio Perez, but Leclerc is going to muscle his way back past Hamilton. He's going to defend, and this is why he's probably a Ferrari hopeful. He's doing really well. Defend off Hamilton, but Hamilton is still there and he's not giving up yet, as Leclerc is still on the outside. These guys have been going at it for the last 3 corners as they still go side by side. Hamilton will have the inside line for the S section, and Leclerc is still going to hold it as it still goes side by side. This is almost half a lap now. These guys will not give up position, but ultimately Hamilton will get the run on Leclerc, who's now actually being under attack from Perez, who's trying to get inside the mythical top 8. But actually Perez gets tagged by Leclerc, and Leclerc will hold on his position as Gasly once again is actually doing quite well. Like last race, as Perez actually goes to attack Leclerc. It's all going wrong for Leclerc, as Leclerc now is actually defending his P8, as Perez will go up his inside. And yeah, I mean, he didn't have a good race last time. He's not having a best race this time. So he's not having his worst race as Hulkenberg, who's actually 8 seconds behind everyone else, as Gasly now gets past Leclerc. Leclerc's going to throw himself up the inside of Gasly once again. Gasly on the outside, and Leclerc might find himself all the way down to P10 after being P7 at the start of the lap. And unfortunately, it looks like it is going to be the case, as Leclerc is going to have to defend on the inside. He did this against Hamilton, but can he do it against Gasly as well? Gasly's going to hold it around the outside, and this time Gasly's going to completely do it, as Shady Onyx sets the fastest lap of the race, albeit he is quite a long way. That is because he's quite a long way behind the leaders. Yeah, but he still is not at the back, because there's been a lot of guys, including Ericsson, who have had to pit early. So that sort of screwed their strategy. But meanwhile, at the front, you can see Alonso versus Ricciardo still. The Ferraris once again doing really well, but haven't actually been close enough to challenge. As you can see, Bottas has really dropped back, and as a result, he's actually coming under attack from Verstappen and Hamilton. So yeah, the top 4 look pretty set, as it's between Ricciardo and Alonso, as Ricciardo takes the lead from Alonso again. So yeah, Ricciardo really actually, I think he already had the lead. So Alonso trying to get the lead from Ricciardo, as Ricciardo now trying to defend his pole position, which he couldn't do last time, but he's doing much better this time, and trying to get revenge against Alonso really for Spain, in which Alonso did win. But you can see Perez now is getting filtered through the field as Leclerc's back into 8th. What is this? I don't know what's happening, as Perez is now down into 10th place. These guys battling out for P8 on course, but Perez is going to easily get Gasly back on the straight line. He's going to get Leclerc as well. These guys keep swapping positions. Leclerc's going to go defensive. Can Perez do it around the outside? The answer is actually no. Leclerc defending this time, as you can see that the Mercedes and Verstappen again battling it out for P5. But yeah, the top 4 have really pulled away, and Verstappen not doing that well once again. As you see, there's yellow flags in sector 1. I don't know what's happened there.
It's me.
Oh, okay. So as you can see, there's actually a few into the pits, and for some reason the Ferraris are double stacking. What idiots! I don't know what's going on here. Alonso's in the pits. Ricciardo stayed out, and the Ferraris are double stacking. So Raikkonen has been screwed up by his team. As Hamilton's also double stacking. I don't know why everyone's double stacking. There's a safety car. That's why they're double stacking. And Shani Onyx has saved his own bacon there by causing a safety car by going off. So yeah, a bit of a Rosberg moment, 2016 Monaco there. But he's back into the race, so I don't think Shani Onyx is complaining. But that's really screwed things up. I wondered why everyone was double stacking, and I don't know what Ricciardo's doing. He stayed out in all of this madness. So you actually have a look what the revised positions are. Alonso is in the net P1, Vettel P2, Ricciardo's shot himself in the foot, Bottas P3, Leclerc now P4 as he jumps Raikkonen, who was double stacking of course, Verstappen P7, Hamilton all the way back in P13 after that double stack. So Raikkonen actually not losing out as much as Hamilton did, as he now finds himself even behind the likes of Ericsson. So Hamilton has some work to do. He wants to keep his lead in the driver's title, and once again Bottas might actually take that lead, even so Vettel is close as well, and Alonso also will be fighting at the front. But you can see Ricciardo, I don't know what he's doing. If he's pitting this lap, he's completely shot himself in the foot. He's going to find himself right at the back, as which is currently occupied by Shadi Onyx, but he will close out. He will close out to the safety car as he comes out on what looks to be ultras. Sorry, super softs. Everyone seems to be on the supers, which is probably the correct strategy call. Anyone on the softs? Anyone being an idiot? No, but the idiot right now is Ricciardo. You can see he stayed out, so maybe. I mean, lap 5 is early to pit, so maybe Ricciardo is trying something. Maybe he's trying to pit onto supers quite late. Stretch these tyres as long as possible, pull out a lead on Alonso, and then come back through the field towards the end. It's risky though, but he could technically pull something off. But right now he will find himself in between Hartley and Ocon, I think. But that soon will be behind last place as Shadi Onyx closes up to the lead group. So I think if Ricciardo pit in that last lap, he could have. He's driven through the safety car. I don't know what's happened there. And
lag spike.
Yeah, I mean a bit of a lag spike, and as a result, Van Dorn has a 5-second stop go with Ericsson, and Hartley also has a 5-second stop go. So I think everyone's collided because of this lag spike. As
wait, does everyone have a penalty? I
don't know, because now Ricciardo finds himself ahead of the safety car and pulling away from the safety car. So Ricciardo all of a sudden is driving at full speed and he now finds himself 10 seconds ahead of Alonso. And I don't know if he's going to get punished for this, but he finds himself in the lead.
Check the race director. Check the race director.
I have to check the race director because Ricciardo now finds himself. He doesn't have a penalty. So Ricciardo now finds himself well in front. He's going to. Okay, now he's got the pit limiter on.
Wait.
As the safety car in this lap. And Ricciardo is now 19 seconds ahead of Alonso.
Yeah. This is not fair.
Goodness me.
I should catch up.
As they have their limiter now, I mean, Alonso is still... right, I mean, I don't know what's happened to Ricciardo. He's now got a 25-second lead on Alonso. So,
What? I haven't caught up.
Oof. So, yeah, as they go to racing speed now, unfortunately, Shadi Onyx hasn't actually caught up to the pack. Even so, he should be able to gain on them quite quickly, as some of them are still getting up to racing speed. But Ricciardo is now beginning to drop back, so I don't know if he feels guilty for what he's done. But... he's now got a 14-second lead on Alonso, and yeah, I don't think that's legal. So I don't know if he's been told to get the position back by race director, because he is dropping quite a lot of time now. So maybe it's just that he's on old tyres.
What?
What did you bin it?
I hit an invisible ramp. And it jumped through.
Everything's happening in this race. We've got Alonso, we've got Ricciardo somehow managing to cheat the safety car. As if he comes into the pits now, I'm gonna laugh. No, he stays out by the looks of things, and yeah, I don't think he cares about the fact that he just.
Yellow flag.
There's another yellow flag. I don't know who that is for. As you can see, actually Gasly is now in a net P3 in all of this.
It's Hamilton. It's Hamilton.
It's Hamilton now. Actually, I don't know what's happened to Bottas. What's happened to Bottas? Bottas now finds himself at the back as well. So the Mercedes have been screwed up. Vettel's been screwed up. Everyone's been screwed up as Alonso now sets the fastest lap. I don't know what Ricciardo's doing, chilling out 14 seconds in front. But he's just having a good time of things right now after he cheated. Magnussen now finds himself in the points for once, as he's now battling Perez. So and even Ericsson finds himself in the points. So if Shady Onyx isn't careful, he'll be the only one not in the points right now. As Hamilton,
I'm not catching.
As Hamilton somehow as well is, he's still in the race, but he's just dropping.
These rules aren't correct. You're supposed to make everyone catch up to the pack, right?
I don't know. I mean, I think it does. It does stay out for a few laps. I think you were, because you were so far behind. I think. I don't know. Normally they do stay out longer than that, but yeah, the safety car has screwed up Shady Onyx, unfortunately. But as you look at the front again, I don't even know what's going on. It's Ricciardo. He's finally in the pits. I don't know what he's doing, but he's going to come out in P5 or 6 in all of this, when he should be coming out right at the back. As there's somebody else in the pit, that's Hamilton. So Ricciardo's nearly lapped Hamilton after cheating the safety car. Leclerc now finds himself in a net P2, as he will cross the line. And where is Ricciardo in all this? Ricciardo is still in the pits, so he will not be in the lead, as Verstappen now finds himself P4. Gasly somehow has gained 8 positions out of all of this and finds himself in P3. But yeah, I think it's I don't know what's happened to the Ferraris and Mercedes, but they've lost out big time. Both of them, all of them losing. I think Vettel, Bottas, and Hamilton all losing 11 positions. So, and Raikkonen actually losing.
The pits.
So, who's in the pits? Hamilton.
No, they. You know, if Mercedes are right at the back of the pit lane, right?
I think they're right at the front. So I think they might have got held up by people coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they
maybe
would get held up by, because everyone pitted on that and that.
Yeah,
there's another yellow flag.
So I don't know what's happened there. And Ricciardo's out the race. It serves him damn right for cheating the safety car. And Ricciardo, just like that, is out of the race. I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
What's on the race? You're like, whoa.
And Ricciardo once again causing problems as yeah, I don't even know what's happening. But yeah, Bruno at the front. Leclerc somehow finds himself in P2 in all of this. So and Gasly P3, Verstappen P4. So this is what we got to work with. Sorry for the viewers, because I think they've just as baffed as I am. As Ericsson is now in the points with Magnussen. They're battling for the battle for 8th place. Both of these guys who haven't got points yet. As he actually tags Magnussen, he nearly spins him out. I don't know what Ericsson's doing. As actually I've realised now, everyone's actually had 5-second stop goes. I think that might be it. As because of course the lag spike in the safety car. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz, he's seen Magnussen and Ericsson battle, and he's just like,
does
guys.
Everyone have a stop go?
I don't think everyone does. I think some people do. But Carlos Sainz is going to get both Ericsson and Magnussen, and this is why they haven't got points yet.
There's another yellow flag.
Magnussen's out of the points, because I don't know what. Bro, so Magnussen still isn't going to score points, as Ericsson actually is defending from Sainz, but Vettel is on a comeback drive right now. He's actually gained 4 positions since the safety car's pulled in. 3 if you discount the overtake on Ricciardo, as Alonso gets Gasly. So I don't know what's been going on there. In the battle for P. Leclerc's in the leads! I don't know where that's come from, because Alonso now finds himself saving his skin in the battle for P2. Is that Verstappen now might find himself in the podium. He hasn't been doing this well since China. Of course, he didn't actually do that well in the end in China, because he screwed up by the pit lane. But now he will get Gasly, and he's up into a podium spot. Albeit, I think the safety car has completely screwed up this race, as Leclerc finds himself in the lead. Yeah,
I took someone out. Oh well.
Shady Onyx taking somebody out. He doesn't give any craps right now. Raikkonen behind Stoffel Van Dorn in the battle for P6. But yeah, Gasly as well, right behind Verstappen, as Verstappen defends quite aggressively, and as a result, Alonso will be pulling away. Leclerc also in P1. So once again, the starting grid completely changed in the race, and this is the problem with equal cars. There's no consistency. As people just basically. It's basically all down to luck, as Vettel now finds himself P10 again, trying to chase down Sainz, and as a result, Ericsson is actually pulling away from these guys. So yeah, Ericsson doing quite well in P8 for the time being, as Ricciardo now, Ricciardo's at the race. I mean, Raikkonen still on the back of Van Dorn, and these two Gasly and Verstappen once again swapping positions. So yeah, I don't know what's going on right now, and I don't think anyone knows what's going on after that safety car, but Leclerc finds himself in the lead, so he's not moaning. Ricciardo got instant karma, as Alonso would put him, after gaining 20 seconds on the safety car, and then getting mechanical failure, as Verstappen now up the inside of Gasly, and that will be P3. Even so, they are dropping a lot of time to Alonso, but Gasly's going to defend it. So the two future teammates battling it hard, and as a result, Perez seems to be P5 all the time. I don't know where Perez has come from, because he's gained 5 positions as well. And Van Dorn is up into 6th, as there's more yellow flags now, and it's Grosjean now is out the race.
Took out Grosjean.
Actually, no, he's not out the race. He's just been taken out by Shanionics, who's now being a bit of a vigilante. So I don't know how he hasn't got disqualified yet. Please don't get disqualified, son, because it will end the race.
I don't even got a warning.
So yeah, the game, I don't know. Shanionics somehow finds himself in P13. How legitimate, I don't know.
Not very.
But yeah, he is looking at points. Right now, the 3 non-point scorers will be in the points as things stand. If Shanionics can keep that, actually, no, Magnus still isn't in the points, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, Gasly once again going for it against Verstappen. These guys just can't stop battling, and Alonso is pulling away very quickly. You can't even see him up the road now. So I think these guys have limited themselves to P3. Of course, when you battle in equal cars, you're just losing so much time. That basically means, where's Perez come from? Perez just absolutely gobbled up Verstappen. And Verstappen now down to P5, and Perez now up into P4, and Perez might even get a podium out of this, as Van Dorn now is battling with Kimi Räikkönen. I think Van Dorn's actually lost the position to Räikkönen. He's going to try to get it back as Shanionics gets Hartley. He's nearly into the points now. He gets Bottas as well, I think. Actually, no, Bottas gets Hartley, so I think...
Oh, I finally got a warning.
Okay, that's nothing to be proud of, but yeah, you can see Perez now near the podium, so yeah, I think other battles going on. Well, Vettel's chasing down Ericsson now. He's actually catching up quite quickly after getting past Sainz. So Vettel's still trying to make the most of this. But I don't know what's going to happen in the championship, because the top 3, Vettel, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Hamilton, all out of the points apart from Vettel. So I don't know, Alonso could take the lead. Leclerc could be back in the fight. I think we could have like a 20-man title fight right now, because I don't know what's going on, as Perez now is in the podium. And so that's not going to be for long, as Verstappen might get the double toe on these guys, as they actually get a little bit of a lag spike, so no one's coming in there, but Verstappen's not going to care. He's going to try to get Gasly around the outside. Perez could get another podium, but Verstappen's going to outbrake one. He's going to outbrake Perez as well, is he? Oh, not quite, but he's caught Gasly. What a braking maneuver there. And Van Dorn gets Räikkönen again. But once again, this is the battle for the podium, and this is the biggest battle right now. They are 5 seconds behind Alonso, but here comes Verstappen around the outside of Perez. Can't make the move stick though. But Verstappen very feisty once again, as Van Dorn and Räikkönen battling it side by side. Van Dorn surprisingly in the points. So of course I think he got points in Canada. To be honest, anyone who doesn't normally get points got points in Canada. I mean, Brendan Hartley got a podium for God's sake, and I mean, you know how bad he is. As you can see how Bottas right behind Magnussen, Shanionics right behind points. Yeah, I don't know how it's been going on, but Shanionics has been driving either very fast or very dirtily. I'm going to see if he can actually make a clean move. Well, now we're watching him, he actually does do a clean move. As you can see, I don't know what's going on with Bottas, but Bottas, oh, that's why he's got Magnussen up his inside. Magnussen trying to spin him out. Typical Magnussen stuff, as he finds himself well out the points now, Magnussen. He's now going to get demoted even further by Brendan Hartley, who's going to get double overtake. Brendan Hartley's just overtaken 2 people. Guys, get your cameras out. That's not going to be, that's pretty rare. And Magnussen.
Always 4 cars ahead that I could catch up with.
I don't know what Magnussen's been doing, but meanwhile, Ericsson is on the back of Van Dorn. And yeah, Ericsson scoring points, Magnussen. You have no excuse. And Shanionics is also scoring points, and Magnussen's going to be right at the back. Outright.
I'm decent.
Pardon?
I'm decent. Don't compare me to Ericsson.
Fine, I shouldn't have compared you, but Verstappen now finds himself in the podium. Perez down to P5, so I think he's lost 2 positions since I last saw him. Well, the battle for P6 is hotting up, as Shanionics is at the back of these guys. Please be nice to Vettel. He is in the title fight.
He's getting taken out as soon as I catch up to him.
Shanionics. Oh my god. As Shanionics once again. But well, I don't know if he's Shanionics or Maldonado right now, because he's taking out everyone he sees.
Very much Maldonado.
No, we got Kevin Magnussen, who finally looked. Well, he's actually lost another position to Ocon. So Magnussen, what are you doing, son? You've been so bad this career mode. Even the likes of Hartley, Ericsson, and Van Dorn have actually got their act together. I mean, let alone Grosjean. You're the worst Haas teammate here. As yeah, you can see Bottas actually. Shanionics gains another 2 positions. As you can see, Bottas is gonna get Hartley in the end. They're gonna go side by side. As Shanionics is now demoting everyone on his favourite track, of course.
Shut everyone out and make them lose time by the equal amount. so I don't actually affect their race. I just put them way further behind me.
As Ericsson's actually trying to defend from Vettel now, so Shady Onyx really I don't know, mucking people up at but as he said, he's doing it all equally. So I mean, I don't really vouch for that stuff, but there's nothing much I can really do. Apart from the fact you can see Vettel now trying to make a move on Ericsson, but Ericsson is defending. And Ericsson really wants points right now because he knows that if he gets overtaken by Vettel to get on to the last lap, it could mean that he's not going to get points because he's got Sainz as well behind him. And I don't know who's got 5 second stop goes, but there's quite a lot of people close to each other. So if they don't serve it, as none of them have done, I think we could have a few people getting altered at the line. So it should be quite interesting there. As you can see, Vettel finally gets past Ericsson on the position tracker. Meanwhile, Gasly should be able to get Verstappen, who's locked up, and I don't know what's happened there. Verstappen cheekily actually holds his position by locking up and then getting a really good luck. As Shady Onyx is up into P6, he will get his first points. Of course, he got points in Canada, but he got dropped after getting a 10-second time penalty. I wonder why. You can see Gasly now trying to get Verstappen.
That's because I'm speeding in the pit lane. I had to count Vettel.
And but Gasly now all over the back of Verstappen. Verstappen looks like he's held, but yeah, Leclerc saved by the safety car, and since then Alonso just dropped off the back of him. So Leclerc will be back in this championship fight. Alonso as well, and we might have a 6 or 7 person championship fight. As Verstappen finally gets a good result, but I don't think it's going to be enough to actually put him in the contention just yet. As Shady Onyx gaining 12 positions. I don't know how he could reach the 7.5 second gap after the safety car, but he's done it. So finally actually having a good result against the AI as he crosses the line.
Yes, points. Get in, 6th place. That's how I like it.
She went from 17th to 6th in 6 laps.
After getting brake checked by stupid people on the first corner.
Every race. But yeah, Leclerc, Alonso and Verstappen make out your podium. And wow, unexpected to be honest. I mean, all of these guys did start in the top 8, which is unusual to be honest, because normally we have a podium position full of somebody who's starting right at the back who just got really lucky in the pit lane. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened to the rest of the top 8, because I think these are the only top 8 qualifiers who actually finished near the front, remotely near the front. As yeah, Vettel did quite well to come back, but as for the people near the front of the championship, you see Vettel not doing well, and Van Dorn doesn't actually get points in the end. He gets a 5-second penalty, and that's going to promote the likes of Vettel up into P8, Raikkonen as well, so they came back quite well after getting screwed up a bit, and they will be the other 2 top 8 qualifiers in your top 8 finishers. But meanwhile, the 2 Mercedes not doing well, and neither did the 2 Renaults. So the 2 leaders in the constructors not doing well. And Ericsson finally got points. He got 2 points. Don't want to take that away from him. And now it's only Magnussen who is the only driver who hasn't got any points yet. As you look in the actual standings, and all of a sudden it seems whoever wins the race is now at the front of the championship, because Leclerc now finds himself at the front when he was in about 6th or 7th. Alonso finds himself P2. Bottas and Hamilton joint 3rd still. Vettel finds himself P5, and Hülkenberg slipped to 6th. Perez is the best of the rest of the 2 Red Bulls. Finally get their act together. Actually, Verstappen overtaking Ricciardo, so he could still be a hidden threat in the next few rounds. Carlos Sainz doing quite well in P9. Raikkonen actually a bit behind in P11. Sorry, Carlos Sainz P10. Sorry. Gasly and Grosjean and Ocon pretty much the same position. So the 3 baguettes, sandwiching Brendan Hartley, who's what do you mean somehow got 15 points? He got it from Canada after sort of making the most of a massive pile-up. Shady Onyx actually moves up a few positions after getting 6th place in the end after a massive comeback. Van Dorn will be joint on points with him. And yeah, Ericsson gets points. So that means Magnussen and myself are the only people not to score points. But of course, I'm spectating. So I don't really count. But Magnussen, I don't know what Magnussen's been doing, because now Haas are right at the back on the constructors. I mean, nearly Williams are overtaking them, and for God's sake, we only have 1 driver who keeps getting his brake checked off the start. So you can see as well at the front you got Mercedes, Renault's still P2, but Red Bull are actually closing in on them as well, and so is McLaren. No thanks to Van Dorn, Sauber as well, right? Actually, I think the top between 2nd and 6th. They're all separated by less than 10 points. Well, just over 10 points. So, very close there. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. See you next time. In which we're going to Great Britain, which is another good track of Shady Onyx. So, hopefully, he can actually qualify better than 18th place. Anyway, see you next time.